And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most anticipated horror movies of 2023. Number 10, The Nun 2. Release date, September 8, 2023. Few movies get our skin crawling like those in the Conjuring universe. Helmed by Michael Schaubs, who previously handled the universe's Curse of La Llorona and The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. The Nun 2 sees modern horror icon Valak return to cause more mischief. Also returning is lead actor Taissa Farmiga, who continues to follow in her sister Vera's footsteps in the universe at large. Number 9, Cocaine Bear. Release date, February 24, 2023.
Beth, we should go.
Cocaine Bear looks to be taking its quasi-true story premise and running with it. Elizabeth Banks is in the director's chair on this one, with an all-star cast that includes Kerry Russell, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Alden Ehrenreich, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, character actress Margot Martindale, and Ray Liotta in one of his last film roles. While we're not expecting Fellini with this one, this does look like gleeful fun all the same. Number 8, Knock at the Cabin. Release date, February 3rd, 2023. M. Night Shyamalan has been on something of a roller coaster the last decade or so. Nevertheless, it feels like moviegoers are still waiting for Shyamalan to recapture some of that early career magic. And Knock at the Cabin definitely has potential.
Families throughout history have been chosen to make this decision. Your family must choose to willingly sacrifice one of the three of you to prevent the apocalypse.
You never really know with Shyamalan, but this one has a lot going for it. From an intriguing apocalyptic premise to a solid cast, including Jonathan Groff, Dave Bautista, and a Rupert Grint who's been away from mainstream movies for far too long. Number 7, Renfield. Release date, April 7th, 2023.
Some call me the Dark One, others the Lord of Death. To most, I am Dracula.
Nicolas Cage may not actually be a vampire in real life, maybe, but he was definitely meant to play the mother of all bloodsuckers himself, Dracula. This horror comedy update on the mythos stars Nicholas Hoult as the titular servant to the Count, long looking to break free from his master's thrall. Along the way, he'll encounter characters played by the likes of Awkwafina and Ben Schwartz, proving that this reimagining will have quite the funny bone. Number 6, Haunted Mansion. Release date, August 11th, 2023. A more family-friendly version of the classic haunted house narrative, this one will see a single mom, played by Rosario Dawson, enlist a handful of kooky characters to exorcise their newly acquired mansion. The supporting cast alone has us psyched. From Lakeith Stanfield, to Owen Wilson, to Tiffany Haddish, Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jared Leto, Winona Ryder, and Dan Levy, just to name a lot.
What are you doing on your phone?
I'm sorry, I left a gentleman alone in my apartment, so I'm tracking him to make sure he leaves.
You're tracking him?
Yeah, I track everybody. If the NSA can do it, so can I.
Number 5, Saw 10. Release date, October 27th, 2023.
Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
Few horror franchises make it to 10 installments without being relegated to the home market along the way. After the franchise pivoted in 2021 with Spiral, this one looks to be getting back to basics, and getting back its biggest star, Jigsaw. Tobin Bell returns to play the horror icon, despite the character being dead for some 17 years now. Also returning is director Kevin Grudert, who helmed the 6th and 7th installments. Number 4, Beau is Afraid. Release date, April 28th, 2023.
Welcome back.
I hit you with my car.
What?
I know.
Originally titled Disappointment Boulevard, this follow-up to Astor's Hereditary and Midsommar stars Joaquin Phoenix, seemingly as multiple versions of a man named Beau, whose journey home takes a strange supernatural turn. Further solidifying the comedy angle of this one is a cast that includes the likes of Nathan Lane, Richard Kind, Patti LuPone, Amy Ryan, and Parker Posey. Beau is Afraid looks wild, and knowing Astor, it will definitely be memorable. Number 3, Scream 6. Release date, March 10th, 2023. While an unfortunate pay dispute means this will be the first one without Neve Campbell's Sidney Prescott, there's still plenty to get excited about. For one thing, the series will be leaving behind the sleepy town of Woodsboro and moving to the city that never sleeps, New York. Returning to the fold will be franchise mainstay Courtney Cox, the predecessor's other surviving characters, and even Scream 4 fan favorite Hayden Panettiere's Kirby Reed.
Come on, Mr. Ghostface, whisper to me. Aren't you supposed to ask me a question?
New Blood also includes faces like Tony Revolori and Samara Weaving, the latter of whom will be reuniting with her Ready or Not directors. Number 2. Evil Dead Rise. Release date, April 21st, 2023. Originally slated to come out on HBO Max, Evil Dead Rise was delayed slightly to prep for a full theatrical release, which can only be a good sign. This Evil Dead will be trading the isolated cabin setting for a cramped LA apartment complex. Coupled with the change of scenery, the premise also has us intrigued, as it'll follow a young woman who seeks to aid her possessed sister and save the latter's kids. Number 1. Untitled The Exorcist film. Release date, October 13th, 2023. While the franchise has had more downs than ups, there is a reason to get excited for this one. For starters, it comes just in time to celebrate the 50-year anniversary of the original. Second, it's being helmed by David Gordon Green, who recently gave us the new trilogy of Halloween movies. While the last two of those had their issues, Green looks to apply much the same formula here, developing again a new trilogy to follow up the first. Here's hoping that he and returning star Ellen Burstyn have even better success.
I want you to tell me that you know for a fact that there's nothing wrong with my daughter except in her mind. You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that!